Good morning and sliding in afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas, with Adventurous Stamping. And it's always an adventure, right? It's whether a matter of keeping it simple or step it up. So this is quick and easy, and it's a fun fold. So let's get down the hands and let's get this done, right? It's Wednesday, the weekend's coming, and we're all going to be looking forward to that. I know I am. We got sunshine today, nice weather. So looky here. This is what we did last week. We made this. And we copied it off of this here that I had done one of these right here, that with my team. So I like this because Dear Friend could go with anything, right? Same thing with Happy Valentine's. You can go with anything. And this is what we made. So when you're looking at the free class kit to go, you get, actually this time around, you're getting 2 cards as well as 2 treat bags. So this is what we're making today. And so I'm just going to change a little bit of it, right? What did I do there? I put a paper clip down. I'm not sure what I did there. Put a paper clip down because it was sort of annoying me there, so I did that. So see so it's just going to open up just like this here. XOXO, and you can put whatever you want to in it, all right? So we're going to make one, and I'm going to make it just a little different, right? So just to let you know what we're working with. So actually, we're working with Endless Love Dies and Stamp Set. And we're also using some red ribbon, but we're also going to use some pink ribbon too, all right? So we're going to make this first, and then I have a treat bag for us as well. So I actually try and do something a little bit different starting off this year, and that is put all my stuff in a basket. See if that works for me or not. I don't know about you, if you made any New Year's resolutions, trying to put everything in something. All right, and then we're going to also use the same paper we did last week. So as my friend Laura Lee asked me, she says, what are you going to do with those diagonals that I did from last week, right? Put that right there too. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these diagonals. This was actually made from what I did last week. You can't see the back side of it, but we sat up there and cut a square, right? And we cut it in half to come up with the triangles here. So I'm going to show you what I did. So I'm taking the leftovers. These are the leftovers from last week, right? So if you put it together, it would be a square. It's a 4-inch square. All you do is measure it, right? If you're not sure, just measure it. It's 4 inches. So we're going to have to cut it down a smidgen, right? A smidgen is not very much, but it's something that has to be done, right? So let me see if I can put my basket of goodies right there for the moment. Give me a little bit more elbow room. I feel like I need a little elbow room today. All right, so we're going to start off. The background is going to be a 4x4. And let me get my scoring board right here. Right? We got all kind of projects working on everything from Mardi Gras bingo projects to retreat projects and club projects, right? All right, so this is our triangle. Let me see if I can get you there we go. So all we're going to do, this is rectangle, square, and we're going to make our triangles, right? So we're going to go with this right here, and I'm just putting the 2 pointed corners right here. And it's going to go just like that, okay? You set that aside for us, okay? All right, now this is what I cut last week. Now these are, if you come to the cutting line right there, it's 4 inches. If you're not sure, just flip it over, and you can pretty well see that it goes to 4 inches there, right? Well, I don't need 4 inches. For it to go on the other, I need it to be just a little bit shorter. So what I did is I need to be around 3 7/8, right? They give me an 1/8 inch shorter. And that'll be perfect. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. You can there's a straight line on here, so I'm just lining up on this straight line right here. Okay, and that's all I'm doing. Now, if you don't feel like you can hold it, get you a Post-it note. And I did see there's a Post-it note tape. I didn't know there's Post-it note tape. I'm going to check into that. Post-it note. I mean, I use Post-it notes all the time, right? To write on as well as doing what I'm doing right now. So it doesn't matter to me, but you know, sometimes I'd like to try out the tape just because I can. Just gonna put that down right there and like that. And see, that's just an 1/8 of an inch smidgen that we cut off here. And we're not gonna use that. I'm sorry. You might want to use it for something. I'm not. Okay. So there we got what we needed right there. And I'm trying to think. I don't think we have to cut anything else. Put that there just in case. All right, so you're going to see how this is just going to go in here right here. And the easiest way to do this, especially when you've got such a thin, right, such a thin line, is I'm just going to come and I'm going to put my glue back here. My glue is not ready on demand, right? It's okay. So, right, so how's your day going? I don't know about you. In fact, I got my senior class this afternoon too. So everything's just sort of an adventure today, but I know the weekend is coming. If I have to get my other glue, I will. I don't feel like poking a hole at the moment. Alright. Yeah, I always have glue and I have the other, but to me this is easier with glue because I got the little tips here and I got the little corners. There we go. I just want to get my little tips there, right? Alright, so the easiest way to do this is just take and line it up with your corner right there and get it where you want it right here, because we're only like a smidgen difference, right? So I'm just lining up at the top with the point right here, and I'm doing it toward the bottom so it looks like it's about evenly, and I've just gone ahead and done it just like that. Okay, we'll do the same thing with this one. So yes, just find a reference point, right? That's all I ever do is I just work on finding where's a reference point that I can sit there and line up with. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to line it up right here. And I'm going to get it about like I want on the bottom, but I'm making sure my point's up there. And I got, whoop, it slid on me. Okay, there we go. All right. Next part that we have that's already done is this is 4 by 12, and it is scored at 2 and 4 on both ends. And this is going to fold like a door, okay, like a gate fold. It's a gate fold if you want to call it a fun fold. It's going to look like this here, and I am going to use my bone folder just to sort of get that out a little bit, because I think that's one of my original one. It'll still come up, right? That's all right. Okay, so we're going to do this right here. Now we're going to go ahead and put our DSP on here. So I'm going to do just the opposite. I'm going to do a little bit change up from what I did the first one. So the first one, right, I used red here and I used this here. So this round, I'm going to use these real here. And this is the back side. I didn't want to use all the hearts, but I did want to use all these little arrows, because I think they're fun. And when we go to do our treat, our gift bag, right, I'm going to have an arrow in it. So it's sort of going to go together. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. Personally, it's easier for me. Just go ahead and open it up like this, since I don't really feel like dealing with it. Look like it's going to pop up in me, in front of my face. All right, I'm going to do the same thing here. And then I see you could have done it all the same, right? But I wouldn't mind to be various colors, right? Because we got a lot of pink, we got a lot of red, which all go great, right? Let's see here. I think I got there. Okay. And this is going to go on the inside. So this is 1 7/8 by 3 7/8. So it's just a smidgen, right? From being 2 inches by 4 inches. Because we're using the 12 by 12 paper, right? So if we're going to use it all, like we did, we're gonna have to go down to using the 8ths there to get just a little bit of the white in the background, right, to make it pop. And we can go do this here. Yes, if you're out there, I can't tell you. I'll try to say hello. I'm trying to see if I can see comments or not. Some days I can see them, and some days I cannot. Today it's like a totally different setup. Yes, I've actually got my creative room here sort of blocked off from you because, right, when I do retreat stuff and when I do Mardi Gras, even Club Kit, right, I always put surprises in there. I create surprises, get surprises, and so forth and so on. All right, so here is the inside of my card right now, okay? So on this card over here, I actually put this on the inside, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get that down right now. And then I have my little bag of X and O's. So on this here, this is actually, and I don't know if you can see it, maybe. It's got this is like a shimmer paper. It's This is like a light bubble bath, but it's sheer. It's like in there with the Easter stuff, but it's real pretty with this and works real nice. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue right here, right? Just because something's with the Easter stuff, or like this is very good. I'm doing Valentine's, right? But you could do wedding anniversaries or wedding, congratulating someone, and you'll see that in the retreat. In the retreat I'm making, and actually it could be used as a wedding card or an anniversary card, either or. I don't know of anybody personally that's getting married soon, but I do have anniversaries that I can definitely give stuff from, right? So then we'll do that in the retreat. All right, so then what I did from here is I just took the X and O, so this is in the dies. And also when you cut out this heart, so when you cut out this heart, you get a interesting shaped, I'm going to use it in a minute and show you another type of heart. But here I'm just going to add XOs. So when I did the XOs, and you have this tiny little heart that gets die cut out of the O's. This one didn't come out. Let's see if we can get it to come out here. So you get these tiny little hearts. How cute is that, right? So I want to use them. And that's what I did on the front of the other one. I'm going to do the same thing here. And this one I've got the X and O's that I'm going to be sure to put down here. And I have a special little people ask me, why do I go around putting X and O's on things? But he's young, so he's like young, 5, right? So he's not there yet. But I told him this means a lot of loves and hugs and kisses, right? Hugs and kisses. So I want to be sure to get this. Now this is definitely not for him, right? But we do give out Valentine cards with gifts, or just Valentine cards, period. I thought this was really cute. I could have stamped it, but it's really big and I couldn't have fit the heart in with it. And this was just the perfect size. Normally I don't do this, right? If you followed me along at any length of time or seen my tutorials on the newsletter and so forth, I usually don't do this. But this just fits perfect, and it's the perfect size. I like the fact that it's got the little O right there. I don't know how many Valentine cards you send out. Let me know how many Valentine cards you send out. I know I've got to send out some, and I know I've got people in the retirement center. I'll send some. Actually, those will actually be hand delivered, right? Okay, so there's my XOXO. And I can sign it and do it there. If I want to put Happy Valentine's down there, I could, but I didn't, okay? So now let's go back to the front. All right, so all we're going to do here in the front is I just want to make sure, right, when I line this up, how is it going to look, right? So I have two choices. It's either going to line up like this here, like this. So this is from last week, so you can see the pattern going this way. Or it's the fact that you flip it over this way, and it's still the same, right? Some designs don't. When I did the hearts on this first one here, it looked different. The hearts looked like upside down, but this one to me doesn't matter, right? Anyway, flip it, the dashes are going the same way, okay? But if you were using hearts or something else that was directional, like I did on the original one, then that's what you need to look at, okay? So I'm just going to come down here. I'm just going to come on this. I could have put it on the white, but it's really going to hit this pink part here first. And that's nice because it gives you a line, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here. I love it because, right, it's something I created last week, and it's something that I can reuse this week. Now this will, like, by the hair of your chinny chin chin, reach and go into an envelope. Okay, we're going to the regular envelope. Just slide it in gently, okay, because it goes in there just like exactly perfect. Not any room to spare. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing here. And, oops, I got my glue there. All right, and I'm just going to line them up. See how this, so it's going to be edge to edge. So it should look like this right here, right? Because they're just going to butt up to each other. And it's got going to have a little bit of white in there. Right, because the fact is we got white there and we got white on the inside too. But I just make sure everything lined up there, right? Okay, So next is we're just going to add this here. These are the doilies, and they come in different sizes and different colors. Let's see what we got here. I just tossed some of them down. But anyway, see, this one's white and red. And I'm going to do the white side here. But they have the larger ones that are also white and pink. And we got some smaller ones that are white and pink too. And then you got the bigger reds, the red and white. Here's, I think, one of the pink ones down there. Yeah, so you can see that's pink. So anyway, I'm using the white side, right? So if you're wanting to know, that's what I'm doing, so you can know. All right, so I'm just putting this down right here. So I'm just going to glue down. So the way I did mine originally, and I'm going to do it again. See how this lines up right down the center? So where you've got your nice arch and it comes here. I'm just going to sit up there on this side here. I'm going to put some glue on the, I guess I'm going to put the glue over the red. So if you're not sure, all you got to do is look up here and I'll give you an idea, right? We don't need a whole lot. We just need to stay down. That's all we need to do. And I just need to do it on the inside here. And that's what I did. Okay? So you're just going to put a little glue through here. Okay. I'm going to flip it back over and I'm going to make sure I get, let's see here. I told you that. And my original one, it wasn't a problem. Okay. I'm trying to think what I did differently. Alright, I'm not going to sweat it. My other one lined up perfectly. There we go. What's I going to say? I can make sure there's no glue. Alright, there we go. Alright, so this I'm going to put on here with dimensionals. So I die cut out everything just like this. And I'm just going to put it up here with dimensionals. And then you saw the heart already. There we go. So actually when I did this, you know, it doesn't matter, right? I did it on the left side only because I know that's where the glue is here. At first I was thinking I was going to use this to hold it as a door to hold shut, but it doesn't, I didn't do it that way, right? I'd have to rethink it. So you just want to do this because I'm just going to put this right here, okay? And this one here, I'm going to put up right up here. Now, the only thing is I'm just going to put the dimensionals up on this side. And the reason for that is this is actually, when I do my original one, if I put it back here, whatever adhesive wants to stick in between these hearts here. So just go ahead and put your dimensionals on this side. I thought it was, I don't know what I was thinking. Right? That was hours ago. So I'm not worried about it, right? It's just, I'll tell you what I know. And I can show you in a minute what I'm talking about. It still works, right? And I can still use it. But I'm just going to do it a little bit differently, right? I'm just going to angle my heart just a little bit down right there. Here's what I'm talking about here. See how the white comes through with... So I was thinking I was going to be making a door, and I didn't, where these two hearts are locked together. And it wasn't designed that way. So that's why I would say make sure to put your adhesives. Still can open it, right? But you want to do it on the left side, and that'll make it a lot easier. All right? So this is the outside. We're just going to tie a bow and put it on the glue dot, and then we're going to do our sentiment right here. And see, I'm going to use the little hearts right there. So let me go ahead and get my bow. And I think for the sake of argument, I went ahead and just did 10 inches just so I didn't have to worry about my bow. So the pink ribbon is nice too. It's thinner, right? So this is thick and the little pink ribbon is thinner. Pink ribbon, I'm going to say, is about 1/8 of an inch. Whereas this looks like it's a good 1/2 inch. Just get it however you want it. I could have fed it through that hole if I wanted to, but I didn't want to. I'll do it later on another one. Like I said, I have several to get out, right? But you have until get it out into people by the 14th of February. And for me, I have to get it out earlier than that because I will be going to Mardi Gras. Let me see if I got it glued right there, stuck to my nails. Thank you. All right, I'm just gonna put it right there. And then I'm just gonna trim it off, right? So the only thing I do is I try to make sure that I trim at the same angle. So that one's just about to cut the same from the last one I did. Okay. All right, so we're just going to stand for a sentiment. I like sending you, right? Because I'm sending them hugs and kisses. So let me just put that right there to hold that down. And let me get my ink. Just already ready to go. You know, somebody asked, you know, what stains the inks of the stamps. Red does, right? Or anything with a red undertone, like Night of Navy. Right, black doesn't stain them, but anything with a red undertone does. Let me get that. Let me see if I can go ahead and get this cleaned off. Makes my life easier, right? Because I've got other things I got going on today, too. I'm sure you do, too. And I appreciate you joining in, for giving us comments and feedback, because this is one of our free class kits to go. Now, just like I did with that, I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to put dimensionals on here. This one won't matter because it's just going straight on the two hearts, right? And then we're going to put this little bitty heart here on there. Let's see how that looks. I think it'll do fine because it's just coming across, right? Just as if you were putting an arrow or something like that. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, we're actually got a little bit cooler weather today. And supposedly a cold front's coming through. We'll see. Interpretation of cold front is different for everybody, right? For us to get below 80 degrees, that's really nice. Let's see, this one I might have to move. The other one I stamped a little bit lower, but that's okay, right? Let's see where we're going to like this little heart. It goes well anywhere, right? I can put it there, and I can put it here. Originally I had it on the top. Yeah, I'll just put it right there. Okay, so it looks like all my hearts are going the same way. Just with, actually, it's easier, right, to put your glue where you're going to put it. Just a small little dot. And then we're going to take the heart here, put it right there. So the nice thing is, right, when you cut out that center heart that I have on the center of the card there, this is what you get, right? You get this. No, I didn't. I got this one. I cut out the X and O's. I get something else. I'm going to show you in just a minute. All right, so there you go. There is our card. Just a very simple fun fold. And we got all the Valentine colors in there, right? Okay, let me move this aside and let's do the gift bag. All right, so this, just to show you the difference, we just changed out paper, right? So here's my original one. Here's what I just changed out, just to give it a little different look, right? Okay, and then when you open it, it's the same. Here's what this one looks like, except the hearts are different, right? So this one, I've got all the arrows and everything here, and this one here, I've got the darker color here with the hearts. So you have to let me know which one you like the best, right? They're the exact same thing, but all we've done is change out the paper. That's, you know, that's the beauty of it all, right? You can sit there and just change out the paper and do the same item and get a different look. All right, so that's there. All right, let's do the back. We are actually going to use this bag right here, and these are pretty cool because they're already, let's see what these are called, just so that you know and I know. These are the heart gusseted treat bags. Okay, look and see what else I got there. All right, these are already scored, so it's not like you have to think about where to fold it or anything else, right? Just follow the scored lines. So that's what I did. This is the first scored line, and then this is the second scored line. And then I can fold it back like this, and here's the front of your bag, right? Okay, so this is left over from me doing the stuff earlier, so I'm actually not going to, I think this is a little thick. The other thing I'm going to use, let me get all the stuff out of here. Here's a cute little heart that's left over when you die cut the one. So I've got a red one, you can see here. When you die cut this out, I get this. So I thought this would be really cute to make it look like there's a diamond hanging in the center of that heart. I'm going to show you how I did that. Let me get my little X's out of here. See if they want to come out or not. I don't know about you guys, but it's like you've got a lot of static around here. Literally. Okay, so this one, I actually wasn't going to use the white. I'm going to use it flipped over just like this right here. Okay, so you sort of have to judge how much of this red you want at the bottom. And I just wanted it for looks because I have it left over. So if you want to know, we're fixing to cut it, and let's see what the size is. Alright, so this is 4 inches wide. So that's what I want to do. And I really don't want it this thick. This here is 2 inches. So I'll most probably cut it down to 1.5 inches. Let's see what that would look like. And so this would be about 1 inch right there. And I think I can live with 1 inch. So let's cut this down to 4 inches. We'll cut it in half. And that way I will have another one to make. See if you can see that. So we're just going to cut that there. Put that aside. And then just by taking this, cutting it down to 1, now I have 2 bags I can make, right? Which is a good thing. Because I got the wrong one. It's a good thing because I already know I have several people, right? I like to make people stay. Doesn't matter if you go out to eat, or if you go to the tea shop, or whatever. It is okay to give somebody a gift, right? So actually, I'm just going to leave a little white. So I'm going to cover up the hearts at the bottom. I like this because it's easy. It's an easy way to use, right, some of your leftover paper. And that's what I'm using now is my leftover paper. It's a great way to use it and stick a nice treat on the inside. So, and I am going to leave a little white at the bottom because I can, right? Just covering those hearts right there. I'm just leave it right there. Okay? And then this here, I'm going to put it right in the center. So I just wanted to make sure wherever this was here, I wanted to center it more or less up here. So I'm okay. I'm just going to come around the center. I don't have to do the little tips and all. I just want to make sure it's going to stay right. If I put a gift in it, I want to make sure the gift makes it to whoever I give it to without falling apart or anything. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm going to center it. And then I was just going to put this in the middle. I'm going to put it on here with dimensionals. Scratch my shoulder there. Alright, I'm going to put this up here with dimensionals. So yes, I could put the ribbon through there. Wasn't where I was headed though. Get this off, get this on. So yeah. And I'm just going to put it right here in the center. Okay. Now, so we can either put this right here, which I thought that would be cool. This I thought would be really cool too, right? So if you're out there, let me know what you think. Because if I put it down like this, you're not going to see it. But I can definitely put this to the side like this here. I can put it right here. And where I could even just add this to the center. It's actually, this is what I was originally thinking of. I was just going to add this to the center with a diamond on it and this behind it. Because see, this is a gold Ariel. And I want to show you the details. See all the details? See if you can see that. Yeah, so there's all the details. It's very detailed. I like that. So, good. So the only way I'm going to put this up on a dimensional is I could put the, what it's going to do is just put the tip down here, up a dimensional, and let it just come through like it's going through there. So I'm just going to come, actually I'm going to just use one of these, let's see here, this edge isn't like that. Let's see, here's the edge I'm looking for. So this edge has already got a point on it. So I'm just going to use it because I don't need much, right? It's going to come right there. Let's see if I got that. I mean, it's a nice thing because it'll tear off too. So all I'm going to do is I just want to make sure that I wanted to put it right there where that tip is here. So I'm just going to put this right here. It's pointed in the right direction for me and everything. I'm just going to put it right there. Take it off. And I just want it to come through just like that, right? So just going to have it come through like that. And this one we're just going to have, like I said, right here. I'm going to plan on having a diamond right in the middle. Okay, that'll work right there. All right, let me find. So I actually have a clear piece. We need the window sheet. If I don't see the window sheet, it was a very small clear piece. And when I dumped it all out, it blended with the glass, right? Doesn't matter. The clear sheets, whether you drop them on the, falls on the counter, whether it falls on the floor, right? It's clear. And it's just hard to see. Let's see. I'm not seeing it offhand. So I had thoughts of this. All right, here's my contingency plan as I'm looking for that piece. Make sure it didn't come down on me. It's almost like you need to put a piece of tape on it or something if you're going to use it so you can see it. All right, we'll just use this then. Let's see if I got enough on here. I do. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay, here's plan B, since I don't see my clear piece. All right, plan B was, if you don't have window sheet anyway, just sit up here and put this on back, okay? Now I just need enough to sit there so that I can put my little diamond right there. Right, I want it to look like a diamond. And so actually, if I do this, I can cut around it. So I really don't need a lot, right? I just need enough to put my diamond right there in the center. Okay, I'm not going to test myself. I feel like I'm testing myself. All right, so let's just go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get this right here on the back side here. That's the thing about window sheet, or even if like we're doing right now, is it's clear, right? And I can trim it. So I just needed enough back here so I can put, yeah, let me see. As I say, let me find something I can find you on. See, even that, I almost lost that too. So I'm going to sit there and just put this on the back. Right here. I just need it to stick. Right? Long enough that I can put a little, looks like a diamond on front. I know I was thinking I have, if you sew, right? If you sew, I actually have thread that's clear. Just like this. And it's good for different projects. And it's hard to see, just like this. I was thinking that would be sort of cute to make a bow, and it looked like it was just dangling down from the bow. But it's Wednesday, right? And it's like, you know, I don't have to do that. Now this is going to be hidden, right? So you don't have to worry about what it looks like on the back side. The only way anybody's going to find out is if they take it off to see how you created it, right? So I am going to make it up there just a little bit like right there, so my arrow, we don't see the gold of the arrow. So again, we're just going to put dimensionals here. So that's the nice thing, right? So I can put a dimensional here, and I can put one here too. Let's make sure that's not going to interfere with my arrow. I think that one's okay. We'll put another one up here. Right, so you have to think about what's going to be behind it, right? But I think it's going to be fine. If I need to, I can take off that bottom dimensional. In fact, I'm just going to leave it hanging there for a moment, just in case I do need to do that. So I'm just going to put it right at the edge, right? So I'm still lining it up like all my stuff is lining up. I'm just putting it at the edge, so my, right like that. Okay, and then I actually had some other bling too, but I like this one the best. Right? I just want it right in the center. So, no, I'm not looking for a diamond or anything for Valentine's. I got enough, right? But I think it just adds the added touch to it. I did get this sticky stuff off. I didn't grab it. Hold on. It's not, you know, it's just nothing to sweat, right? So all I'm going to do, all right, like anything else, right? So if I didn't get the sticky stuff off, that adheres it, it makes it adhesive. I can just come back, do what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to add some glue right there. And I'm going to put this right over that spot right there. Give it a moment to dry. Oops. Okay, so there we go. Whoop, whoop. All right, so if you want to put some more bling on there, then I would. Let me get my pick tool because my fingernails or growing up. All right, so I'm just going to put some bling here, right? A little sparkle. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit up here too. And another one right here. You can go right there, doesn't matter. Just give it all a little sparkle, right? And then we just need our ribbon right here. So let me show you, we have choices, right? So one would be the red, and the other is going to be the pink. So again, I'm just going to take 10 inches. You'll have to tell me what you like the best. I just want to use the pink, right? It's so pretty. And it's thin, right? Look how pretty that is. Alright, so I figured if I use this, I'd make a double bow. So let's see what we think. Put that aside. And go ahead and do what I did a while ago. We'll make a bow. You'll just have to let me, I'll make it a little bit longer there. Just add an extra inch or so. And then I'm just going to come here and make our bow again. Right, because it's on the bag. So I didn't even have to put the bow here, right? If I wanted to put a bow at the top, I could. Right, it's just about what your preferences are. Come Wednesday, we're on hump day, right? So anything sort of goes with me on hump day, because I know I've got half the week completed, only half to go. So I sort of like that. I could put it at the top, right? Or I could put it right here, which is a lot for me. So I like that idea. I could even put it right here if I wanted to, right? It doesn't even have to be at the top. It could be right here. Okay, let's do the pink ribbon, which I got everywhere. Okay, so this one was the one I was thinking I could make a double bow. Let's see. I haven't done this in a while. Okay, let me get myself, I have to sort of decide how much I need. Right, part of it depends on how you start off. Whether you can do it while you're doing live, right? So it's, but I do like the double bow. And Linda, if you're watching, I know you'd be proud because we practiced this a while back. I want to do a double bow. And the key to it, right, is you just want to make sure you get this right here. I don't think I got that right because I didn't do that. Okay, hold on. Key to it is, right, is you got to get the bow part right as you do it. Because that's the locking mechanism, right, that holds the bow together. Okay, there we go. And I'm not sure, we'll see. I do like making these bows because they're just easy and it gives it extra fluff, right? I wasn't really sold on whether I want a pink one or not. See, it's just a little thin for me for this, right? So I'm not going to go with it. Let's just go with this here. I'll use this bow for something, right? Because I know I'll find it and use it for something. Okay, that's just not working for me. Okay, right? Some things work at different times. This one, I'm going to go ahead and put it on with the glue dot, but I most probably later will come back because I'm going to be carrying these around, right? So when I go out and I go around giving Valentine's, I usually have it in a box or a basket. I got like these new little baskets I got. And then I just sit there and I hand them out, right? I'm just going to put it right here. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to put right there. I need to put something right there, right? It looks a little on the lonely side. I thought the bow was too big for what I wanted to do. So I'll have to think about what I'm going to do with that hole. Worst case scenario, right? I should say worst case scenario. You know, I might just have to come back and I might have to trim it down. But I like this right now, like here. I got my little diamond right there and I like it. Let's see what we have. That's not going to work, I don't think. I'm trying to think what we have left over to possibly do something with this without me having to do anything else. Okay, I could do that. I could live with that. Okay, so let me just put a little glue around it. So yeah, so sometimes you wonder, how do I come up with these things? And the thing is here's a good example. Is I wasn't sure I was going to do the bow, but I didn't really am crazy about it, right? So then I start looking for what do I have left over that I could use, right? And so that's what's happening right here. Is I'm just using my leftover pieces, right? Because I don't want to lose that little heart. And I'm not. I'm just going to cover the hole with it. There we go. I'm loaded with hearts here. Loaded with hearts. Okay. There you go. So I hope you enjoyed it, right? I really like this too, but I really couldn't see it, right? So if you wanted to sit there and do it where it was just on the back side, I mean, it really would show up, right? But since I'd use a doily, that wouldn't work. The other thing this would work well with is taking the doilies. Different sizes. But, right, this has got pink on it, so you could easily put this on a doily if you wanted to, or put a solid behind it. You could put it on the white too. The pink really looked nice and sort of soften that out. But I really like this, and I know I'll use this as well too, right? Nothing's going to go unused. So here's what we got today, that we accomplished today. So we put that all aside so you can see what we did here. So we created this here. And then I had one that I had made, and then I have the other one that we made here. But see how nice that goes? So the whole color scheme goes together. That's what I was looking for. And then when you open it up, we have this here, a gift bag, but we also have this here, right? And then oops, my bow came off. And that's what I was concerned about. Yeah, so the thing is like, I've got a glue dot on there, but let's go ahead and put a couple more. Right, because we want it to stay on. And if I have to, right, my other option would be just to come back and, okay, that stuck to my finger. And maybe put some glue there, right? Because it's got to make it, well, once you put it in the envelope, right? But the main thing is I do want it when they go to open it, I want it to be there and that it's ready to go. All right. So there you go. We have this one here, and we have this one here, as well as our bag. So for the free kit to go, you're going to get, right, 2 cards and 2 gift bags. There you go. So we have one gift bag that we made, and this one here, we actually used the gusseted bags that are available. So with that, I want to just thank you for joining in today, and I want to thank you for supporting us also, not only here on Facebook, but also on YouTube and Instagram. Miss Zoe has been posting a photo every day. That's what something you want to do. Definitely pink. All right. Hello, Bertner. All right. Yes, I'll put that on the pink then. In fact, I'm just going to put those 2 together right now so I don't forget. All right. So there you go. So thank you again for supporting us here and on Instagram and YouTube. And look forward to seeing you next week. Next week I will not be making this. So tomorrow is the end of the free class to get to go with this set here. And the one that we'll start with next week will be Valentine Kisses. It's got a cute bear with a cute little teddy bear. And you'll just have to wait to see what next week brings. With that, be blessed. Have an amazing weekend. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.